Hello everyone. I'm checking in to let you know that today I voted because today is August 18th and today are the primaries, the 2020 primaries in Miami-Dade County. And I made some videos that there's some that are still, I'm probably going to post, but mainly I think I just kind of want to link y'all to an amazing voter guide that helped me be clear about who I was going to be voting for. And hopefully you can also do that and be well versed and studied up and look over. If you didn't know that today was an election, now you know. So if you can go get out and vote, figure out where your precinct is and go out and vote because why not? Because why the fuck not? You know, there's so much. Quick little breakdown of who I vibed with and voted for at least just for district attorney and county mayor. Those are the two most important ones to me that affect all of us the most. So for county mayor, I voted for Daniela Levine Cava because she's progressive and she has a lot of really incredible ideas and she holds herself accountable, and we love those kind of people as politicians, I guess, if we even like politicians. And I also, for district attorney, would highly recommend voting for Melba Pearson. Of course, you do your own research, but Melba is running on reformist ideals and looking to fix up our system that we really need to fix up. Even if it doesn't affect you personally, it's affecting other human beings, and that's the issues. You know what I mean? This race, I feel like 2020 in general is about learning to not only think of ourselves and to kind of, ooh, how did you even get there? Oh, I took the pen. Oh no. I'm trying to be serious and I have a mark on my mouse. Jesus. Okay. Anyways, let's go from this side. The point is that 2020 is about empathy, people. When you're voting, don't just vote for your own pocket. Don't vote for your boss's pocket. Don't vote for your boss's pocket. Vote for your best interest. Vote in your best interest. Vote for candidates who are telling you and proving to you via who is giving them their money and financing their campaigns. That when you look at the financials, when you look at who is funding who and why, that is how you're going to get your information about what those candidates really want to do. So if you see people funded by the people for the people, vote for them. Vote in your best interest. Vote for your kids. Vote like our fucking future depends on it, if you think that this is a vibe. And also know that for me, this is something that's a huge principle right now. It's I'm going to participate to vote so literal fascists don't go into office for a continued round. But at the same time, man, we all gotta just wake up and understand that this system is mad broken because it was created that way, not because it's, we got here. No, we got here because of ignorance, and we got here because we've been brainwashed into really thinking that this stuff is called democracy. You know what I mean? That this is democracy. Picking between lesser evils is democracy, and it's really not. And the only way we're really gonna get democracy is if we start participating in our local communities and getting aligned with what's really going on and what we can do on a volunteer basis with different grassroots orgs and different, mutual aid situations. And just, there are so many people doing such incredible work. And I put together a list of people that are doing awesome work out here that I just wanted to highlight, and I'll post that video. But yeah, only 120 people showed up to this precinct here today to vote. And I know there's way more than 120 people out there. So I understand if you're apprehensive. I understand if you don't believe in this system anymore. I understand all of that. But again, this is just a sliver of something we can do. And get acquainted with your community, man. Get together with your community and really dig into what's going on in your neighborhoods. Because all of this stuff happens locally. I think I've lost faith in federal level government for sure. But I also have seen during this pandemic how I'm in my car now. So how much this federal administrations depend on local level officials when they're trying to implement things such as, pandemic protocols and all of this. Like, these local officials are who have handled statewide policy, not law, policy. Get into it, get familiar with the difference. But basically, all of these directives have been initiated and executed by state officials, regardless of whether, like, the federal government is saying something. Like, essentially, state officials are the ones who have the ultimate power in their specific jurisdictions. So that's just, for me, like, local elections are, like, again, a place we can put a pin in a problem while we work to really look at and reckon with the systems we have been a part of and completely complicit in, by being completely ignorant to, you know, where our money's going and what our money is doing. You know, we don't realize, I feel like, a lot of the time, our power, like the people's power, the power of community, the power of knowledge, the power of connection, the power of sharing knowledge with each other. We don't recognize that power. We don't recognize our consumer power. All these motherfucking companies literally bend over backwards to sell shit to us. Like, that's the whole entire vibe of the United States, is that, like, can I sell you some shit? Okay, will you buy this? Whether that's a personality, whether that's a product, whether that's an ideology, whether that's a belief. Can you buy this? Will you buy this? Will you give me money for this idea? And you know, it's the same shit with politicians. Like, they flip-flop their energy, they change up what they vibe, they change what they believe in. They tell you some shit while they're taking money from another person that is completely opposed to what you're trying to talk to them about, that they're like, yes, I agree with you on. Like, we just gotta do our own research, man, and really deep dive into who these people are that run our, you know, state official branches or whatever the heck, until we can all really figure out how to get to a space where we don't depend on the government so much. Like, that was the whole premise of apparently, like, when you talk about conservatives or whatever, like, aren't y'all supposed to be wanting to conserve the fact that, like, you don't want the government meddling that much? Like, I thought that was, like, y'all don't even know what you believe. Democrats and Republicans alike, honestly. So, just to wrap it up and make it all make sense, and put a period in what I'm talking about, don't vote for a party affiliation, or, I mean, you kind of have to in Florida primaries. You literally have to be a Democrat or Republican to take part in this election. Unfortunately, yeah, again, we live in a binary. We live in a this or that situation all the time. So it's not just Democrat or Republican. There is a way to create a world and a country where we take care of each other community-wise. If people are taking your money, they should be taking care of you with that money. It's not a radical idea to use your taxes for your benefit. So, or the benefit of your community, which is all of us together as one, coexisting already. We already live here in the same land, you know what I mean? Which isn't any of ours, by the way, unless you're native. And I guarantee most of you are non-native. Especially if you're living in Miami, most of you are probably immigrants. Or kids of immigrants. You know? Like, we gotta wake up to what community can look like versus what we think, or we've been trained to think community looks like. Again, vote if you feel like it. Vote if that's what you feel. But also, I'm going to reiterate this, and I'm going to keep reiterating this so much, it's going to be annoying to you. Like, get involved in local organizations, grassroots organizations, nonprofit organizations that don't have too much government or hierarchy and energy going on. Like, look into how you can be a better community member, especially here in Miami. Like, there's so much going on with the environment and our waters just being completely just... Instagram keeps trying to play me. But, you know, just like poisoned by all these chemicals and stuff. The water I'm talking about. There's like, you know, crazy amounts of homelessness and evictions happening right now. Lots of unemployment. Lots of, you know, transportation systems are out of whack. Like, the affordable housing is just being completely wiped off of the table. like unfair incarceration, mass incarceration. There's so much to tackle, and that's not just gonna happen through the government, babes. We can try. I'm not saying we don't try, but that's not only gonna happen through the government. The government has proven to us, especially in these moments, that they are not here for us. They are here to protect property and protect their investments. So get out there. Do something for your local community that is going to benefit your kids and their kids, so that we can all grow, so they can grow up in the same place we did, even though we didn't really grow up in the same place they did. You know what I mean? Like, we just, as humans, need to tap in a little harder into how we're protecting our land, how we're protecting each other, and how we're protecting our goddamn selves. Good day. Yeah, I'm gonna tap out of social media again. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm sending you so much love and so much peace and joy and abundance, and I'm sending that to myself too. And I'm kind of on this tip of like, why the fuck am I on social media besides to like so yeah, have a beautiful day, have a beautiful week, have a beautiful month, maybe 3 months. I don't know, but then I know that the next time that I might post a couple selfies here and there, maybe some shit that's going down, probably continue to be on my story, but I'm really gonna tap out for a moment because I need to be a human again who doesn't only exist online. Are you existing in the real world, or are you only existing online? Do you feel like your existence is only validated when you're watching other people do their shit? Or when people are watching you do your shit? Are you alive? It's like, it's kind of like if the tree falls in the middle of the forest and no one's around to hear it. Did it really fall? Did it really make a sound? Are you making sound?